Hi guys, so today I just wanted to have a little chat around our perception of risk. Now what's really interesting is that we all have a comfort zone and everybody's comfort zone differs. There's no such thing as a real comfort zone that you can pick up, that you can feel, that you can touch and carry around with you. The reflection of your comfort zone is 100% in alignment with the way that you view the world, which is why your comfort zone will differ to the next person's, and that will also differ on different situations, different eventualities, etc., etc. And yet we have these comfort zones around things that we have so much evidence that in day-to-day life we do that literally can cause us physical harm, and there's evidence of that. For example, driving a vehicle that weighs over a ton, and we drive it anything from 30 miles an hour up to sometimes 100 miles an hour based on what road you're on. We handle sharp objects when we're cooking. We manage machinery that we could get electrocuted. We deal with boiling water that we're making cups of tea. But because we do it every single day, we rarely get upset or worried about it and consider this a risk. And yet, in society, there are so many things that we assign and attach high risk to that actually has no evidence of causing us any physical harm. For example, public speaking, or maybe speaking out in a meeting in front of a team of directors and worried about getting it wrong and therefore looking incompetent. Maybe asking for help at work when you're absolutely in the weeds, or maybe you're just struggling with the work that you've been given. Maybe asking somebody out in a bar on a night out. These things are typically, across the society, are way more avoided than the things that actually could cause us harm, such as driving a car that I mentioned before, or even going out in the evening and playing a sport that you could get physically injured. We have such a different view of what risk actually is, and it's completely out of context. So have you ever noticed that our comfort zones vary regardless if they're harmful to us or not? The only way that they become harmful is the way that we think about it. Therefore, if you're struggling to push yourself out of your comfort zone, here are 3 ways to think about it differently. So first of all, stop being a perfectionist. Perfectionism can be really, really damaging. It's basically a way to make your good efforts or good piece of work be undervalued, and it can trigger the "I'm not good enough" story. As soon as you can actually accept that nobody is perfect, and therefore there's no expectation of you to not get something wrong in a meeting or not say something wrong on stage, the sooner you can let go of that, and therefore making a mistake isn't seen as high risk. Stop people pleasing. Now, people pleasing is so much more than just saying yes when you want to say no. A classic trait of people pleasing is the desire to be liked by everybody. Now, if you're preoccupied with what other people think about you, it's more than what they think that is the issue. It's what that person then thinks of you. Does this person still like me? Does this person still admire me? Now, don't get me wrong, everybody likes to be liked to a degree. However, if not being liked then suddenly registers in your mind as this is high risk, and therefore it's holding you back doing something, then people pleasing is serving to not be helpful for you. And finally, if you're doing anything where you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, be prepared for your brain to look for any piece of evidence that it possibly can do to tell you why you shouldn't do that thing again. Right down to every minuscule mistake that you made, maybe somebody rolled their eyes during it, whatever. Therefore, you must never measure yourself on the outcome. The reason why you don't measure yourself on the outcome is because the chances of having a high successful outcome when you're in a state of nerves is much less likely than the time when you've done it 50 times later. The way to measure your success is the fact that you did it at all. Nobody can grow and nobody can develop unless they're proactively pushing themselves out of their comfort zone and into their stretch zone. Therefore, if that's what you've done, then that becomes your measurement point for success. So if pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is something you'd like to look into, don't hesitate to send me a message and we can jump on a clarity call. As usual, if you found this video useful, please like it or share it. Thanks for being patient with my business partner being part of this video as well, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers!